up, everyone? It is Ryan with Mama on Mission, and today I'm going to bring you our curriculum choices for the 2018-2019 school year. So I am still getting over my sickness, so please forgive that. I'll try not to cough and be all gross. So I'm just going to dive right in. Today I'm actually only going to do my second graders. I almost said first grader. Because now with my second little guy starting kindergarten, I don't think I can fit it all into one video very easily. So let's just get started. For language arts, I feel like I have a ton of stuff, but it's really not that much. I don't know. I guess it depends on who you are. For handwriting for my second grader, we're going to do prescripts, cursive sentences, and art lessons, medieval to modern world history. So this will go along with our history for this year. And if you're not familiar with prescripts, it's just like a cursive writing curriculum, and it does do a little bit of drawing and art with it. This will be our third year doing prescripts. We did it for kindergarten and first grade, and I actually forgot to mention it in my curriculum review for last year, but oh well. So seeing as this is our third year using it, obviously we like it. For spelling, for the past 2 years, we've done K-12 Reader. I think I also forgot to mention that in my last curriculum video. It's just a free online thing, but we always did like the year ahead. So for kindergarten, his kindergarten year, he did the first grade spelling words, and for first grade, he did second grade. There was just a few words I omitted that I thought like he was too frustrated with. But this year we're changing it up. We are going to do spelling workout B. I have just had several people recommend this to me, and it looked kind of right up my alley, straight to the point, and I don't know, we're going to give it a try and see what we think. We're also adding vocabulary for the first time this year, so we're doing Wordly Wise, Book 2, and I did go ahead and get the answer key just for simplicity's sake. Like, obviously I should know all these words and be able to grade by myself, but just for ease and being able to do it quickly, I went and got the answer key and the test booklet. For language, grammar, we're going to be doing first language lessons level 2, and we loved level 1, so I'm sure level 2 will be great. I've heard great things about it, so we're just going to keep going with it. And then we're also going to continue with the writing with ease level 2. Again, it worked great last year, so hopefully it'll work again this year. And that is all of our language arts. For math, if you saw my last video on curriculum, then you know we are doing Saxon Math 2, because we've done kindergarten and first grade with them, and it works for us. We just definitely make it our own. We take out things that I don't find necessary or that are redundant or just take way too long. So if you did everything that they say to do, I just feel like, at least in my family, it would take us like an hour or two to do math, and I just don't have that kind of time. Then of course all of the worksheets that go along with that, we had to buy new. Most everything I buy as much used as possible, so some of these look kind of like dingy, that's why. For science this year, we are sticking with Apologia, but we are doing the human anatomy level. And they are also going to be doing this in our co-op this year. So they will do some more of the like experimental type stuff at co-op and just kind of the abbreviated lessons there. But we're going to do like the meatier part of it at home. We have the textbook for that. We have the junior notebooking journal for that, which this year, they were optional last year at our co-op. This year they're mandatory. So I don't know, like last year we did a lot of this at home. So I'm trying to figure out how much of this we'll do at home, or if they're going to do all of it at co-op. I don't really know. But one way or another, we're going to do this too, because my boys really loved it last year. And just to supplement that, just as kind of some resources, we have the Usborne First Encyclopedia of the Human Body. And I've flipped through that. And we've actually we use this a little bit in kindergarten too for some of the human body stuff we did, and we really like it. And then we got new this year, the Usborne Complete Book of the Human Body, which has kind of more detail than the encyclopedia had. So I'm looking forward to using this as well. For history, last year our co-op did Story of the World. They are changing it up this year, and they are not going to be doing that. They're going to be, I think for my son's grade, just doing like culture studies, which will be really fun. But I am continuing Story of the World at Home. So this is Story of the World, Volume 3, Early Modern Times. Again, I've always loved this. And we're also doing the activity book that goes with that. And then to supplement kind of as a resource, we got the Usborne Encyclopedia of World History. And it has like the links that go along with that. So it'll be really easy to use, and I love the illustrations and stuff. And I have a child screaming, so I'll be right back. We had a sprinkler incident, mud throwing and snot bubbles and, that whole boy stuff if you have any boys. Let's see, where was I? Okay, I think I got through our core. So for kind of our extracurriculars next year, for the first time ever, we're doing an actual Bible curriculum. We've always kind of made up our own thing. But this year we are doing Apologias, Who is God and Can I Really Know Him? It looks super interesting, and I don't know, I kind of needed something that I didn't have to do myself this year with a new baby. He's 6 months old as of yesterday. Things are just a lot different this year for school. We kind of struggled through the second half of last year when he was born. So I'm kind of trying to streamline some things and get some stuff done, get some curriculum that's like pre-planned that I don't have to do it. Along with that, the junior note-clicking journal, just because we loved it so much for science, I figured it would be good to do for Bible as well. And then this is for my little guy, but I'll go ahead and show it to you, and I'll show it to you again when I do his video. But this is just the coloring book, so he'll have something to color while his brother's doing his journal, and they're listening to me read. We're also starting new this year the Children's Book of Virtues, kind of for character study type stuff. Looking forward to digging into that. And then we are moving on, after 2 years of Song School Latin 1, we are finally moving on to Song School Latin 2. I still have to get the DVD for this because I did not have the DVD for 1, but again, I'm trying to streamline some things this year, so I'm getting the DVD and letting the DVD do most of the teaching. And one other thing we are switching up, well, hold on, I'll show you this first. We are doing Horizons Health again. We did it kindergarten and first grade, so this is second grade. Again, it is more for like a classroom, but it just kind of gives me a guide on topics I want to talk about and kind of study with my boys. Something new we are doing this year. The previous 2 years we have used CC Classical Conversations, for those of you who don't know. Memory Work, we have it on an app for our iPad. And this year we are switching it up, and we are doing Claritas Publishing, if you've ever heard of that. I had never heard of it until this year. This is a used copy, so like it actually comes in an actual book, but this is kind of a banged up, whatever. They've just like taken it apart, so the pages are still all intact. They have a history sentence for memory. They have part of a hymn. They have Latin, and they have map work. They also have, like, this is all for 1 week, English grammar, skip counting, well, something to do with math. It just starts off with skip counting. Science, like a science memory sentence, I guess, and a scripture to memorize. So basically it's very similar to the CC we were doing, but I just kept getting stuck on some of the CC things. I love the way it's set up, but because we're not actually part of a CC community, there were just some of the things that I couldn't get access to, so I didn't know, some of the songs, and I have a friend who's in it, and she would kind of help me out, but that was just getting kind of tedious, so we decided to go a whole different route. And the big selling point for Claritas for me is that it actually coincides with our Story of the World. So I got Cycle 3, because we were going to Volume 3, A Story of the World this year, so they will actually link up together and make more sense for our school. We will also be doing a morning time loop again for reading, but I am going to do an entirely separate video for that, for what's in our morning basket for this year. We don't even call it morning basket, but that's kind of the term around these parts of the interwebs of homeschooling. So I will do a morning basket video later. But that, for the most part, I feel like I'm missing something. But for the most part, that's what we're using next year. If you have any questions or want me to show you more in depth any piece of this curriculum, I would be more than happy to do that. And if you have not subscribed, do that now, and I would love to get to know you all. Thank you. Bye.